This is Kat and Pappy, and welcome to Trailer Talk, and we are going to be discussing the movies that will be coming out in May 2015.
Thank God it will be May.
Has April not really floated your boat for films?
Well, to date, exactly when we record this, tomorrow I will be going to see a romantic drama about a rodeo man.
I'm sorry.
So am I. So, yeah, May, the official start of blockbuster season.
That is true, and you can definitely tell with the lineup they've got coming out.
Yeah, starting with, dun dun dun, Avengers 2.
The Age of Ultron.
Yeah, let's just kick off the season with a bang, a boom, and a punch to the face.
Or multiple punches from many, many robots.
All the punches, and the Hulk.
And the Hulkbuster armor as well.
Yeah. And I like how in the trailer you really don't know why they're fighting. Is Ultron using the armor, or is Tony Stark actually fighting the Hulk?
Well, the more like featurettes they have put out with that, and if you know kind of where they're going with the Scarlet Witch, if the Hulk and Iron Man are fighting, which they lead you to believe, it's probably got something to do with her.
Yeah, the only confusing thing about this is for those non-comic book fans that are going to go, how come the Scarlet Witch is in this movie and Quicksilver when we get to see them again in an X-Men movie as mutants? But pay no mind.
Don't worry about that. My lawyers have advised me not to talk about this subject.
Because you might be sued by somebody.
Well, I feel like that's kind of the general answer to that question that you get via Marvel Studios versus, I think it's Sony, isn't it?
Yeah,
or
well,
Fox.
it's Disney.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Disney owns Marvel. But hey, Age of Ultron, unfortunately for this one, you still don't need to have seen, I hope, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Daredevil or any other movie or any other TV show. Hopefully, if you're just up on the films, this should be fun. And Joss Whedon has already said there will be no stinger after the credits.
I don't believe him.
Well, he said there will be a mid-credits, but there will be nothing at the end. He said there's no way he can top the shawarma, so he's just not going to try.
There was a great debate amongst me and a few people as to what a shawarma actually was. And then we went and tried it when I was in New York City, and generally not that impressed. It was overhyped for me.
I still need to go into the restaurant, but the Dunkin' Donuts that I go to once in a while down here in Vegas, right next door there's a place, and it's got a full-sized poster on the window. It says, "What is shawarma?" And a little question mark, and it's got our boy Tony Stark in full Iron Man getup with the faceplate off, so you can see, the actor's face, and he's cooking on a grill.
All right then.
I don't know what shawarma is yet, but at least I know that he was kind enough to use his face for advertising for shawarma. So good on you.
Well, the other thing that I do want to just quick point on with Avengers is that we've got the whole gang back together. We're going with Nick Fury's Just Fine, which was established in Winter Soldier.
Yeah. If you watch the whole movie, Nick Fury pretended to be dead.
I don't know. I'm torn with Avengers. I will probably end up seeing it in theaters. My one movie a year rule. Though I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's looking good this year.
Yeah,
and a lot of it is coming out next month.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Avengers. Honestly, I love Marvel. I've never really got big in the comic book world, but I've always loved the stories. I'll spend hours on Wikipedia. I love that they've got Spider-Man for the future, and I like that this sets up Civil War, which will hopefully be a much more serious tack on the films. And the only thing I worry about is that the Avengers is going to be so great that when we do get to see Ant-Man in a couple of months, we're all going to be like, what the hell?
A lot of people felt that way with Winter Soldier v. Guardians last year, and that went the opposite direction. So
yeah, true. But here's the hoping. I mean, I'll be there. If there's a Thursday night, I will be at the Thursday night release.
Well, you'll have to let us know.
I will. I won't shut up about it.
I'm going to tell you all the things about it.
And a week later, potentially a horror movie that might maybe possibly be good. For those of you who don't know us personally, we are both huge fans of horror, and we're always praying to God that at least one film hits theaters that's not terrible.
And we keep praying.
And we keep praying. Last year's and the year before, both horror movies were surprises, and no one really saw them coming. This year, I doubt that's going to happen. It Follows technically, but it came out last year and just hit theaters this month, so we don't get to talk about it. So, Before I Wake, instead.
Well, are you ready for my bad news for the day?
I am maybe ready.
They just announced this morning via their Twitter account that it has been pushed back to September 25th.
Oh, right. So, I can't wait to talk about Before I Wake when we record in August. So that means the only movie for that week that's going to be huge nationwide is Hot Pursuit. And that's all I have to say about that.
That sums up my part. I totally skipped over it because Before I Wake looked amazing. But again, we'll save that discussion for August now, apparently.
Ooh.
I was super disappointed, and I saved it to talk about here because I wanted somebody else to be disappointed with me.
Yeah, no. Yeah, now that means I'll pretty much be going to see a comedy that doesn't look particularly funny.
They're bad. You could always go see It Follows anyway. Just do a horror movie that week.
I might. Even though it's already been reviewed for Drunk Monkeys, who I write for. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, advertisement. Even though it's already been reviewed, I still plan on seeing it in theaters. Man. Thanks for bumming me out.
I know. Well, I'm sorry, but it was like I
said,
I wanted somebody else to be disappointed with me because on my notes here, okay, I have my list, and then I have a little star next to Before I Wake, and it says, looks freaking amazing. And then I've got a big X over that, and it goes, push to September 25th.
And now I gotta watch a comedy where Reese Witherspoon is a cop trying to bring in Sofia Vergara as the only witness to, I think, some kind of drug crime. That's all I know. I even saw the trailer and my eyes glazed over.
Didn't they make that movie, I want to say last year, with Sandra Bullock?
No, they were both cops. This is a cop and a witness.
Oh, okay.
And all of the jokes in the trailer were about how short Reese Witherspoon is and how old people think Sofia Vergara is, and then they both get upset at the jokes, and then apparently people laugh. Apparently, supposedly, someone thought it was funny.
This movie was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
No, they weren't. And they killed themselves halfway through filming.
So that takes us up to Mad Max, I do believe.
Yeah. Mad Max Fury Road. Hands down, the best trailer I have seen for a film in a long time. Perfectly mixing some good old classical music and some just general psychoses. But what did you think when you heard that they were going to reboot Mad Max?
I personally was excited about it. I have loved the Mad Max universe.
Even beyond Thunderdome?
Even beyond Thunderdome, because I gotta support my girl Tina Turner.
Well, there are fans somewhere, and we found one, people. We found a fan.
I lived with a professional Tina Turner impersonator, so...
I can't say that.
Yeah, it kind of gives you a newfound respect for Tina Turner content, I would say, because her music, I've always been a fan of her music. Thunderdome, I mean, they were definitely going a direction with it, though. My biggest laugh out loud moment with the trailer, and bear with me because that trailer's not funny.
No,
is when they put up the from Mastermind George Miller, and I go, oh, they didn't decide to go with from the writer and director of Happy Feet.
I don't. What's the one thing the guy says in the trailer? It's a lovely day for a drive.
Yeah, isn't it a lovely day?
Yeah, no, that's right. I just, for some reason, when he says that, I want to see if anyone took the trailer and then just put System of a Down's, Lovely Day. It's a lovely day and it's mine. And I just want to kind of see if that matches up now, because I don't know. But the thing that does crack me up about it, despite the fact that I really can't wait to see it, is that, let's reboot an Australian film that was made for $14 in a shoelace. And then make it the biggest goddamn movie we have ever seen.
Are you sure it was a shoelace? I feel like maybe it was just one grommet.
One grommet. They thought it was a button. Turned out it was a grommet.
No, I mean, I like that the George Miller is the guy who originally created that universe, and I'm happy that he's behind this project and not just produced by or consulted with.
Yeah, it's kind of like
his project.
Yeah, we want you to reboot your film, but here's actual money this time.
Have some money. Have some actors. I mean, they do have...
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, you got Charlize Theron. You have the kind of up-and-coming British actor who hasn't been in a lot of great things yet. He was in the zombie Romeo and Juliet movie they
Nicholas
did.
Hoult.
Holt. I think it's Holt.
And of course, Tom Hardy, who I have enjoyed ever since I saw Warrior.
Again, he's been one of those where he hasn't cropped up in a lot of particularly great films, but...
Oh, you obviously haven't watched Warrior 14 times like I have.
Obviously not, but no, I think the first thing I saw him in was the stupid rom-com with him and Chris Pine and Reese Witherspoon.
Whatever, yeah. No, he's one of those actors who keeps his appearances annually down to a decent amount. He doesn't flood the market. He does a lot of artistic stuff. There's a film last year, I can't remember the name of it, but it's literally like a 90-minute film of him in the car. And he's making phone calls and driving to a destination, and that's the whole movie. But everyone who's seen it says it was actually pretty thrilling, pretty good. He was also, was it Bronson? He played legendary man of violence in the UK, Charles Bronson. And if you ever want to see Tom Hardy's penis a lot, then there you go.
Then that's the film for you.
Yeah, no, and every single time, my wife at the time, I'm watching the movie, she's in her room, her office doing work, and every time she came out to ask me a question or get some water, every damn time, it was Tom Hardy's penis. So, he might have been a reason for my divorce. She might have started to get a little worried about me.
Well, at least you weren't watching Shame.
I didn't have a problem about all the glass coffee tables in that movie, though.
Oh, I did. But I have to say, I'm back on track with Mad Max. I'm not surprised that he has him cast in the lead, because I do believe, I could be wrong, I'm going to throw it out there, but I believe he is an Australian actor, correct?
I'm going to look that up now.
Yeah, more Wikipedia saves this podcast right here.
Born English. Yes, you are wrong.
I'm wrong. Well,
he's very English.
Well,
it just says he's an English actor. He doesn't even... Oh, he was born in Hammersmith. There's your fun fact for the day, everyone. Hammersmith.
Hooray. I'm excited, but I did have to laugh where it was just... George Miller's credit list is very odd, because it's like Mad Max, violence, 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 babe. Violence, 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 Happy Feet.
I think when you do movies that focus so much on the horrors of the human mind, once in a while you gotta cleanse.
Yeah, you just gotta wipe the slate with a cute, lighthearted penguin tail.
Yeah, and for those of you who aren't a big fan of deserts and ultraviolence, that week one of my secret loves, Pitch Perfect 2, comes out. Have you seen the original Pitch Perfect?
I have seen the original Pitch Perfect.
Did you guiltily enjoy it like I did?
I enjoyed parts of it. I'm not a huge fan of Rebel Wilson.
I am a huge fan of a cappella.
That I am a fan of, and I really loved what they did with the musical content with that. But if I could have had just a whole musical version of that movie without the bits that, oh, it's a rom-com, oh, now it's just a comedy, oh, now we're back to music. Yeah. It seemed a little all over the place for me.
I won't argue that, but I don't know. I just feel that with the music, I was able to put up with and then eventually enjoy the film, which is, for a rom-com, that's the best praise I can give it. If for those of you who plan on listening in frequently, you will very rarely hear me ever say anything nice about romantic comedies. They're usually terrible and insipid and vapid and predictable and all those negative words. So the fact that I enjoyed it at all is a testament to the entertainment value.
Yeah, like I said, Rebel Wilson, and the trailer for the second one looks like they just took her to the nth degree.
Oh, no, they doubled down on her.
And my understanding from the trailer is that she shows, her girl parts inadvertently to the president at a performance, and they get banned unless they can win the world competition.
Well, see, I must not have seen the second trailer, because I just know that they're competing at the world competition. And
yeah, the second trailer, she's doing some silk Cirque du Soleil thing and splits her outfit, was apparently rocking commando, and showed her bits at the presidential gala.
Okay, yeah, and that is a shame. I like Rebel Wilson. I actually like her as a comedian, and it is unfortunate that a lot of the movies that she gets, she's played as the goof. I guess the super crazy person.
I could deal with her being one or the other. Like, I feel she gets cast in a lot of these roles where she's both raunchy and ignorant.
That's actually I liked her in Pain and Gain because she was just a funny person who was, more or less normal.
The only things I've seen her in, she's definitely playing up the super raunch or super ditzy I'm an idiot thing, and then combine that with physical comedy. And I don't mind physical comedy, and it has nothing to do with like, oh, well, she's a big girl, how dare she do physical gags or sexual gags. That's not what gets me with her, is that she's made herself seem stupid or takes roles that make her seem stupid, and she's not. She's actually very talented and very funny. I kind of get hung up in that. Why would you do that to yourself?
Fair enough. I mean, it's the same thing happened to Anna Faris. Phenomenal comedic actress, and she just kept taking roles that played up her blondness and played down her talents.
Yeah, and I feel like Melissa McCarthy is another example of that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. What is this just a thing? Blonde actress comedians just have to be dumb?
Apparently, that's the only thing
very,
people want to see.
Yeah, that's a very weird niche to put them all in.
It is, and they all fit, which is high comedy people. Like, we can have intellectual comedy. We're not all idiots. You can actually entertain us without being a complete idiot on screen.
There are smart blondes. I saw one once.
Yeah, I know. I was just out there, a month ago?
All right. So the next week we've got two films, one that's hugely advertised and one that I'm sure a lot of people will never heard of. First, the big one, Tomorrowland.
I had seen I don't want to say trailer, but the TV spot for it they did at the Super Bowl.
Teaser. Definitely.
Or during the Super Bowl. And I was like, damn, that looks really good. And then doing the prep for this episode, and I'm watching all of the trailers and TV spots and everything that are out there for it, I have no idea what this movie is about.
I mean, I know Clooney's in it.
Yeah, Clooney is definitely in it. Hugh Laurie is in it too, and maybe playing the bad guy. Maybe, because is there a bad guy? I'm very unclear on what they're trying to sell me.
They're keeping the plot itself pretty damn under wraps.
Well, everything that they're saying for it is, it's like, oh, imagine a world where anything is possible. And then the next spot you get for it is fight for the future. Well, are they fighting, or are we like going awesome science? Are they using awesome science? Who's fighting? Why are we fighting?
Imagine a world where anything is possible and you must fight to survive. So D&D.
Pretty much. But this is yet again Disney movie that has been produced based on a ride at their parks.
Oh, God. So it'll be moderately enjoyable, and then Tomorrowland 14 will come out in 2032, and we'll all be sick of it.
I don't know. The only thing I've taken away from this is that there is a magical pin. George Clooney is there, and apparently rockets are involved to defeat, or maybe just go say hi to Hugh Laurie. That's where I'm at.
Maybe all of this was just a secret way to remake Rocket Man.
Wouldn't that be fun, though? But I don't think that's where they're going. And then, as I was, again, doing research, compiling the imagery that will be on the YouTube version, by the way, shout out to our YouTube people, thanks. And I then kind of had that aha moment and realized, oh, here's why I don't understand anything. The screenplay is by the writer and creator of Lost.
Oh, shit. So eventually it turns out they were all trying to fight a smoke monster that's really Jesus and her mother.
My confusion makes total sense to me, and I can honestly say that I have no idea what is going to happen in this movie.
We can move on to a movie that you won't care about having an idea. It's called The Vatican Tapes, a PG-13 horror film.
Wow.
Are you already unexcited?
Let me contain my level of enthuse here.
I'll just read the storyline because that'll be the best way to explain how unthrilled I am. Following the haunting tale of 27-year-old Angela Holmes, who accidentally cuts her finger and ends up in the emergency room. Infection leads to erratic behavior, and she begins to have a devastating effect on anyone close, causing serious injury and death. Priests examine Holmes and believe she is possessed, but when the Vatican is called upon to exorcise the demon, the possession proves to be an ancient satanic force more powerful than they imagined. So, the story, the plot synopsis, the public synopsis that the company went, hey, let's use this to explain to everyone, immediately says, hey, it's a mystery. But it's not. She's a demon. And it's PG-13, so in case you were hoping for any Exorcist-style actual existential or visual humor, or not humor, horror, well, too fucking bad.
You might get some visual humor, though.
Well, yeah. Well, the horror is going to be in the fact that this got greenlit.
Yeah, I had heard nothing about it, and I'm fine with that, because it sounds like you just read to me basically the entire plot point of, I think it was The Devil Inside Me.
Yeah, no, every Exorcist movie in the last 8 years.
Yeah.
And really, since Exorcism of Emily Rose, they've fallen into a rut.
Oh, and that movie was so good, too.
I loved it, yeah. And another one, and I'm just bringing it up because we're talking about Melissa McCarthy. That same weekend, she'll be in a movie called Spy, where she works for the CIA, and no one even notices her until they need someone to infiltrate who doesn't look like a spy, and then they have her do it. And the trailer was just horrifyingly stupid. And again, it made Melissa McCarthy look much worse than she is as an actress. But this one does have Jason Statham in it, so...
Damn it!
You might end up watching it on Netflix someday.
I am going to end up watching it because, know...
Melissa McCarthy, Jason Statham, and Jude Law. Those are the big three.
Jude Law doesn't interest me, but we all know you all don't know, but hi, welcome. My name is Kat, and I am obsessed with Jason Statham. Thank you. So yeah, I'll be watching it at some point, but I'm certainly not going to go pay for a theater release for that.
And the final movie that I didn't even know was a thing until last week in theaters when I saw the trailer.
Do tell.
San Andreas 3D. And I like how it's actually San Andreas 3D. Apparently it will not be a 2D film. Supposedly. I don't even know. I don't even care.
I did, as you know, watch the trailer for that. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm not going to lie. We haven't had a kind of... Well, there have been some, but this seems like a really good eclectic cast from what I was seeing in the trailer. I did not look up the IMDb or the actors that are going to be in it, but The Rock is going to be in there.
As a helicopter pilot.
Yeah, as a helicopter pilot who decides to save one person.
It's his daughter.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
That was not iterated to me.
Yeah.
That's his daughter?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like how the plot synopsis actually makes effort to talk about how handsome The Rock is by saying, a rugged rescue helicopter pilot makes a perilous trip. Not just, a helicopter pilot desperately tries to save his daughter. No, he's rugged.
Yeah. I feel like that's almost like a rider in his contracts. He has to be provided so much baby oil to lubricate his muscles with. And then he also has to be described in only the manliest of adjectives.
Still, though, I mean, from what I understand, he's actually one of the nicest guys in Hollywood. So, baby oil and ruggedness be damned. I do enjoy watching Dwayne Johnson act.
Oh, yeah, not a criticism, just an observation. And he can wear as much baby oil as he wants.
The biggest surprise, actually, for me, was that this movie was not directed by Roland Emmerich.
Huh.
Yeah, it's Brad Payton. I will have to click on him to find out what the hell else he's done.
That's always a good sign.
Oh, no, a better sign. Journey to the Mysterious Island, Cats and Dogs, The Revenge of Kitty Galore. Oh, and he's working on directing Lobo, the actual Warner Brothers DC bad guy, apparently. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I did not know that was a thing either. But hey, you learned. We're here to educate, right?
Yeah. By randomly clicking things on the internet, we are here to save you time from having to randomly click on things on the internet.
Well, hey, I actually had to do some digging via the Disney website to find out that the screenplay was by the lost guy for Tomorrowland there.
Yeah, see, we're actually doing real work, research, and preparation to tell you guys about what movies are coming out next month, and try not to spoil anything or give you too much of our own personal opinions. But hey, here's the movies. Here's a little bit of the cast, the directors, a little bit of what we think in reaction. And now you're a little better prepared to navigate May, aside from going to see Avengers 2, because everyone in the world will see it 3 times according to the profit predictions.
Oh, that's just scary. I don't have time to go to the movie theater that often, frankly.
Well, yeah, not when you're done editing this podcast.
Exactly. I think we covered all of May here, and
I mean, of course, we didn't hit every movie, but we tried to hit every national release.
yeah, and for the future, it's very rare that we're going to put in some limited release content. Like, just FYI, going forward, we're going to try and hit things that anybody, in the U.S. can feasibly go see. And the world, frankly, I'm pretty sure Avengers is getting released on the same day everywhere.
Everywhere. It will be premiering on the space station, same day. Yeah. They start downloading it next week, so it'll be done and ready for release day.
Yeah, because you don't want them giving anybody spoilers either.
Oh my god, I would tweet pictures.
Right, tweet pictures from space of you watching the Avengers a day before somebody else.
Yeah. Here's a picture of the moon, and as you can see on the right-hand side, here's the picture of the stinger in the middle of the Avengers credits. Fuck you.
Because I can. Thank you. Good day. I mean, who's going to go up there and fight with you about it, frankly?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. So I got nothing left to talk about.
I think we've pretty much wrapped up May pretty well. So we will see you all next month, and we will be discussing and trying not to spoil too much for June.
Yeah. I can't even talk about what I'm excited about for June because I'm still too excited for May.
I was going to say, July's going to be the lengthy episode, just from looking at my list here. We'll save it for then. So
all right.
Thanks everybody for listening. And if you're on YouTube, remember to hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to listen to our Game of Thrones content, which will be coming out every week, there is a new episode for the entirety of season 5. You can click on over via the website, scrumptiousunscripted.com, or you can check us out on our YouTube playlist. Thanks. And thank you, Pappy. It's been fun.
Thanks for having me. It was a blast. Movies.
Movies are great.
Yes.
All right, everyone. See you next time.
Hodor.